Well, San Diego was well represented at the 15th Annual National High School Musical Theater Awards, also known as the Jimmy Awards. We are joined this morning by Spencer Kearns from the San Diego School of Creative and Performing Arts, who took part in this year's awards. Good morning, Spencer. Thanks for being with us.
Of course, of course.
Exciting stuff, Jimmy Awards. For people at home who don't know what the Jimmy Awards are, could you explain?
Of course. Well, the Jimmy Awards are a national musical theater competition from kids all over the nation, and we compete to perform on the Broadway stage for the first time at the Minskoff, which was certainly a treat. It's crazy to think that I was able to make my Broadway debut, but yeah, we spend a week rehearsing 8 hours a day in front of kids that we've just met, and we're dormed at the Juilliard building, and we just have the time of our lives doing what we love.
Is that stage itself different than the stages you performed on, or is it more just symbolic?
It's very different.
Yeah, okay.
It's very different. To think, like, it doesn't even process with you that you're about to make your Broadway debut, but like the floor moves, like it has all these contraptions, and just the theater itself is so historic and how it's built, and just, it's definitely a different feeling. I got off the opening number and I like started crying. Like all of us were just so excited.
I'm sure it's an emotional experience, especially considering something that you want to pursue, right?
Yes, yes.
Tell us about what you have in your hand here.
Okay, well, I was gratefully awarded with the Outstanding Performance in an Ensemble, so 1 out of 5 children.
Hold her up.
Okay, okay.
Very nice.
This is what it looks like. You know, 5 of us got this award.
And tell us more about what that award is for.
So basically, we get put in separate groups. So I got put in the featured group, which is 62 of us, and our choreographer, Luis Salgado, got to pick 5 students who represented that group really well and stood out to him, and I was awarded with this award.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We have a clip that we want to show from one of your performances, so let's take a look at that.
Let's see this. Oh, God.
All right, so tell us about that specifically, what went into that move, and what it was, a 7-turn?
It was about, yeah, I think it was about 7 turns. I remember walking onto the stage because what you can't see before that is just that whole song just walking onto the stage, and that's like the first moment I'm like showcased.
Okay.
So I was like freaking out like internally, like people couldn't see that, but I don't know, it just felt so surreal, and like I was so proud of myself. Just that I was able to like do that.
Yeah.
Because half of the time I would fall. You know, no one's perfect. But I feel like it represented me well. And I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to do that. I had to audition for it, and we all like got to showcase our talent. So that was the really cool thing of the featured group.
So what's the next step from here? Obviously, I imagine a lot of people at the Jimmys want to go on to be on Broadway.
Right.
What's that process like?
Well, honestly, anything can happen. People go to, they have different options on whether they go to college or they go straight to New York, or they just stay from their hometown and they get a call saying, hey, you know, you did great performing. We'd love to see you and audition for you. So everyone has their different journey. Personally, I'm going to Penn State for musical theater.
Nice, congratulations.
So those are my next steps. Yeah, and Mia, who's not with us today, she's going to University of Michigan for musical theater, so we'll be close with each other.
You guys were able to attend the Tony Awards, is that right?
Oh, yes.
What was that like?
So exciting. They surprised us. We didn't know.
Oh, wow.
So on our schedule, we had like business for taxes and all this stuff for 4 hours, and all of us
were like, we're going to lecture you for a while.
Okay,
and then
this is very interesting. And then we got huddled in a group, and the cameras started coming out, and we got to go to the Tonys. They said that we were going to go to the rehearsal for the Tonys. And then we went to the rehearsal, which was just amazing in itself. Later that day, we did our dance call, and they told us we were going to the Tonys.
How cool.
There's like a video of us freaking out online. I bet you can like search it up on the TVs. But it was just so surreal. We got to meet so many crazy and just so many talented artists there. It was just like, that moment I got to watch it online and then see it in person, I'll never forget it.
Top tier of, you know, all of musical theater. So it must be so cool to meet like those idols that you've watched.
I got to meet I got to talk to like 10 of them too.
That's so cool. As far as moving forward goes, I mean, is your goal to eventually be on Broadway?
Yes.
Okay.
That is, eventually I want to become a choreographer.
Cool, okay.
That is like my ultimate goal, and choreograph on Broadway, be a performer on Broadway.
Well, we are rooting for you. We're appreciative that you're representing San Diego well here. So
I'm glad to be doing it.
yeah, congratulations. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
And good luck with all the success.
Thank you so much.